Hello and welcome to a little blast from the past. Starfield is out. We're a little late on that train for me doing this video, but I wanted to gather my other Fallout fanatic at shared screens. I have Josh. How we doing, Josh?
Doing great. I'm so excited to finally talk some Fallout and some
Yeah,
Bethesda. That's not Starfield.
exactly. Yeah, as you can probably see on the screen here, we have a press conference of Fallout 4 because for me, Fallout 4 is one of like the best launched video games ever. And I'm biased because I'm a
Yes.
huge Fallout fan, but like the fact if you remember correctly, Josh, we also have Alec on the ones and twos. Thank you, Alec, who did this like last minute. So he's literally like a consummate professional. So thank you very much.
Oh, you're
Russ.
welcome. Happy to be here. Happy to
Like
be here.
they literally like teased it with like that screen that I'm trying to like the warning screen. That's not a warning screen. Like
Yes.
thanks for watching.
The
Whatever you know, what I'm talking about, right?
the broadcast
Please
slash
stand by.
technical
Broadcast.
difficulties.
Stand by.
Yes,
Thank
please
you,
stand
Alex.
by.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
what Alex here for. Thank you very much. They teased it like what, like a month or like a week before E3 or something
Uh
like that.
yeah, I remember being in like 11th grade and like exam time was coming around and like my
Yeah.
best friend is a big like Bethesda, Oblivion, Skyrim fanboy, loves all the Fallout games and he was like he brought me into the hype. He's like you do not know what this please stand by means. Like
Hmm.
shit is about to change. And at the
Yeah.
time I was like okay, whatever. And then I saw this and this put me onto that. Like I believed in the hype
100
immediately.
100%. You were in high school. That blows my mind. I was
Yes.
19, I think. So I was either 19 or 20. It was 2015, I think.
Yeah, I just turned
Um,
17.
okay, so that makes sense. Then yeah, I think I was
Yeah.
19, and then I was probably 20 when the game came out. That sounds right to me
Right.
because my birthday is in November, early November.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, so we wanted to kind of reminisce, blast from the past for again, in my opinion, one of the best launch games because it was such a secret. It was such a huge deal that usually big titles like this, you hear something. Bethesda's
Right.
working on something big.
Something.
It could be the Fallout IP, something like that. And it
Yeah.
was just crickets, nothing. And I,
Yeah.
I think that's genuinely a feat to this day.
Right.
But
And
please,
then
if you would, go ahead.
I was gonna say one last thing. I remember this whole showcase being absolutely stellar and like
Yeah,
they showed off Doom 2016 for the first time and we saw Doom guy like tear demons limb for limb and it was already hype. Like they could have just had this press conference without this and it would have been like still like a B plus A
mhm,
minus press
yeah,
conference. But
yeah.
then they delve into this and
Mhm.
it sets it on a whole other level.
With Daddy Howard. I remember this was the moment I was like, man, Todd is a professional. Like, say what you want
Yes.
about him, the dude is a pro. Like, he knows
Oh
he
yeah.
can talk his ear, anyone's ear off at a conference. But
Oh
just
yeah.
like other conferences, there's usually like one more thing. And now with the thing where we're showing, you're not going to get that here, but this pretty much was the one more thing for that conference. So just like that in this episode of whatever this is, please stay tuned to the end because we do have one more thing at the end, one little tease of an announcement. So stay
Please
tuned
stand
for
by.
that. Please stand by. Alec, if you would press play, thank you very much.
And actually, we are all here
Yeah,
because
Heinz.
of this next game.
Shout out Pete
because
Hines. I haven't seen
years
this in
ago, I
years.
had the idea to do this showcase. And
Same.
I went to this gentleman and I said, hey, instead of having to do a demo every hour, all 3 days of E3, what if I figured out a way for you to do just one demo? And he, of course, instantly said,
R.I.P.
yes,
E3.
please. Now, I don't
Yeah.
think
Oh
he
man,
knew that he
I
was
didn't even think
getting,
about that.
what he was getting
Right.
into.
I miss
We would all end up
auditorium
being
showcases
here
like
streaming
this,
live all over the world.
Totally
But,
agree.
hey, promise is a promise. He
Not
said
the
he would do it.
Ubisoft
So here we all
hotel
are, ready and
room
waiting for
If
ballroom
it
one.
was
the demo of this E3. His
Yeah, I don't
studio
miss those at
creates
all,
games that
actually.
have come
No.
to define
if it was
Stop.
anyone
open
other than
world gaming,
Ubisoft, I
and
would
they
have
are
been fine with
currently the
it.
holders of 3 consecutive
Fuck
video
Ubi.
game of the years with Skyrim, Fallout
Ubisoft,
3,
Ubisoft?
and Oblivion.
See, I feel like I
each
say
a
both.
consensus
Like I
game
don't
of the
have
year
one.
winner. Those games in
Oh,
the
yeah.
studio have been led by someone who should need no introduction, but I'm giving him one
Let's
anyway.
go.
Please give a warm welcome
Daddy
to the
Howard.
game director of Bethesda Game Studios and my very good friend, Todd Howard.
Oh my God, it's Todd Howard.
Let's fucking go, Daddy Todd.
Look at him.
Oh yeah.
He looks exactly the same today. Hasn't aged at all.
Not at all. Shout out the cosplay, like goddamn.
That guy went all out.
This
That was
is
crazy.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. You all came. This is amazing. I need to let me take this in. Holy crap. You know, when I first started at Bethesda 21 years ago, yes, believe it or not, there
Damn.
Yeah.
there
It's like
was
30 years
no
ago now.
E3. There was none of
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Remember that we had
Damn.
CES in Vegas, and the video games weren't even in the main building. They were in like an ancillary tent with the porn. It's not. I'm not kidding.
I think we get that shout out here.
He's so unhinged in this conference, and it gets crazier from here.
But now look at us. Look at all
I
of
love
you
Todd
here.
Howard.
Look at video games.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
I don't care what anyone
online
says.
watching this.
Okay.
He's like the coolest best friend's dad. Like, I wouldn't want him to be
This is how
my
you
dad,
spend
but
a
if my
quiet
best friend's
Sunday
dad was Todd Howard,
evening.
I'd be like, hell yeah.
Seems like
And you
like that
do
guy who
this
has his shit
because
together, but he 110% does
games
cocaine
are
sometimes.
important to all of us. And I think we can all agree
Not often.
that
Just like
tonight
once or
starts
twice a year.
Birthdays,
with
yeah.
E3.
Bender. He
Special
goes on a
occasions.
bender.
that is the world's best week of entertainment ever.
Yeah.
Because entertainment is an essential part of our lives. And games can do things that nothing else in
This
entertainment
conference is
can.
also where
They
Dishonored
can
2 was
transport
announced.
you to new worlds.
Right.
Damn. This was a
They can
heavy
give
hitting
you the
conference.
true
Even like you said, even
wonder of
Josh, like even without
discovery
this
and
Fallout 4
often the
announcement, it's like
pride
damn, like
of
they
accomplishing
people wouldn't have
something
been blown
yourself
away
in
because of the
games.
titles. And Doom at
A
the time was
wonderful
like, I don't know
look.
what this is gonna be.
And
You know what I
in the
mean?
world of
Right.
entertainment,
But yeah, even
there are
like
very
without this
few
Fallout
things
announcement, it would have been pretty
as
stellar.
good.
So
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got the IGN article up, and it says Doom, Fallout 4, Elder Scrolls Online, Battlecry, and Dishonored 2.
Battle
Big
Cry.
You've worked on Fallout for over 10
Remember
years.
Battle Cry?
I
Because
do
I
not.
barely do.
Started designing
I do
barely
not
do.
know.
Actually, right after Fallout
it literally
3
lasted
in
like 4 months.
2009.
Not exaggerating.
We were busy with the Skyrim game.
Just a little Elder
But
Scrolls
for the
title.
last 4 years, we have been working very, very hard
4
to
years.
create something really special. And we've done a lot.
In today's terms,
and
that's
tonight
nothing.
we are going to show you.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like Starfield's like double, triple the length of
Yeah,
that, you know?
literally. Probably like at least 7.
Yeah.
And it all starts with an obsession to detail. Our artists
control
concept
Dude, the music,
Every
the
button-
music cue.
every blinking
Oh
I have
my
it turned down a
God.
little bit.
not just on one terminal.
This is literally the
all.
opening music
It's
to
our
Fallout
belief
4.
It's
Yeah.
all of these small details coming together that form a much, much larger whole.
Oh, now it's hidden. Now it's hidden.
Oh yeah.
You get claimed on this motherfucker. This art never gets
God
old for me.
damn.
I love this shit.
No, yeah. This is stuff I'd like frame in like my place, you know? Like this looks
110%.
so gorgeous.
Alec, just trying to put it in your terms, this would be like Legend of Zelda for you, maybe? Like if just a bunch of concept art on a wall, is that probably Legend of Zelda for you, Alec?
Yeah, that. I mean, honestly, just any game I'm really into, to be honest.
Okay, cool. Like
Yeah.
my one game is Fallout. Like that's the stuff I would just frame everywhere. No, like
Oh,
without
yeah.
hesitation. I
Maybe
feel
some
like.
Fallen Order or Survivor.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good option.
Yeah, just seeing all this would be incredible.
And like typically I'm not like don't show concept art, and especially if that's the only thing you're bringing, don't bring it at all. But to open
Had
with
so
this
much more.
as a little taster, yeah, this is a perfect like nice little tease, you know.
Love it.
Did you ever buy the art book for this game?
No, I think I had like a digital one or something.
Right.
That I ended up getting. I don't remember how, because I know I didn't. I only bought the basic edition at launch, but there was something later on that let me get the digital art book. I think, maybe the DLC or something. I'm not sure.
Right.
I don't think I ever looked at it, just because at the time I just wasn't into that stuff. I just wanted the game right away. I was a college kid, so I was like, just give me what the bare bones so I can actually play the game. It's a great first look. I love that garage
That
shot.
last image is really important
With the
because
power
one
armor
of the
hanging up.
great things about Fallout is the world that existed before the bombs fell.
Oh yeah.
And
this
that
was
is
such a
where
big
our
deal.
game starts.
This has never really been touched on all that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been talked about, but we've
On
never
a beautiful
seen it.
Saturday morning,
Right.
with the threat of nuclear war looming.
Ooh.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
The reveal.
Iconic.
Absolutely. Now get ready.
This is iconic. I don't give a shit what
yeah.
anyone says.
I
And
agree.
this is where you create your character.
Even Alec agrees.
by
There,
simply
definitive.
Like,
Hell
I,
yeah.
Selecting part of the
I wasn't
face
huge into Fallout like
and
at launch, but
sculpting.
I got it later on PC, and like I did with Skyrim and modded the hell out of it and all that. But it was so cool to be able to just do all this and
What do you think, huh?
Right.
You can literally sculpt whatever you want.
exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
And like
We're gonna
typically you
speed
don't
up
show
time
this
here and
stuff
show
in a
you just
big
how
E3
easy and
conference.
powerful this
But this
to
is
create
still
all
so
new
hype.
characters by just
Also, I would
sculpting
say
and making changes
Bethesda,
whatever
aka
you want on
Todd,
the face.
understands
No
the
shaders or
audience.
sliders.
Like
Oh,
they know
right,
this
oh,
is like the
yeah.
nitty gritty shit that we want.
Right.
My turn, big guy.
And of course, you can play as a female.
Ugh. I hate hearing him say just say woman, dude. Like,
It felt
come
dirty.
on.
Whatever you
It felt
continue
very
as, this is how
incel.
you'll
Like,
play.
How dare you, Daddy Todd?
yeah.
And this is an entirely dynamic system. It's the same system we use to create all of the game's NPCs. We even generate a baby.
That's a feature I
based on the
really
couple you
love.
make.
Is they
Same
use
system.
the character creator to create all the NPCs.
Oh yeah.
It's on a very compressed screen, so this still looks okay for like even
This looks-
today's standards.
Fantastic.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty good on my
Yeah.
end.
Overall, like it's not
Just-
blowing me away because of course it's dated, but like it looks
Right.
pretty good.
I mean, for being a game that's almost 8 years old,
Nuka-Cola.
Yeah.
Ice cold.
And for like the scope of how big the game is, like it blew me away at the time.
Sugar bomb.
Shout out the people popping for Nuka-Cola, you know?
Dude, I would too. I tried so hard. They came out with like a limited run. It was like a Jones Soda partnership where they had Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Yeah.
I tried so hard to buy that online, and there was like one case at my store when I worked at Target, and someone bought it, and I was so mad.
Ooh.
So mad. I tried so hard I couldn't get it. Well, okay, I could have bought it for like $80. But I was
Right,
like,
yeah.
no.
Not for soda.
$20 tops. So it was just a 4-pack in glass
Right.
bottles.
There's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course.
Oh, yeah, this
Also
is
the talking character too for the first time in a Bethesda game. Like,
Right. I have
massive.
mixed feelings about that, but I remember at the time, again, just another huge step forward for the genre and everything.
Yeah.
This is an iconic thing because he puts it all in luck. Not all of it. Iconic, sorry, that's not the right word.
A lot in charisma. A lot.
I remember enjoying that a
and
lot.
all luck. Yeah.
Charisma and luck, like my guy.
Yeah.
there's
He
one
knows what he's
stat-
doing.
There's one stat he put 1 point in.
Thanks again.
Yeah.
Or something like that. He's gonna be slow as fuck.
That's worth a little paperwork, right?
Mr. Howard, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down.
You heard
He
Codsworth
probably
say
can-
my name. That isn't for the demo. We actually have recorded around 1,000 of the most popular names for him to
Not
say.
Alec.
Nope, and it's still in Starfield. Still not there.
I'm so sorry.
They have Al. They have Alex. They have Alan. Not Alec.
That's so fucked up.
It really is.
Bullshit. That's bullshit. Alec's not even that uncommon.
Yeah.
Right. And literally, they could just shorten Alex and just, you know, like,
It's making it ambiguous, but Alec, you
I've got Sean.
make it sound like both.
well, no, I'm saying you literally take the soundbite of Alex and just shorten it a touch so you get the first little
Yeah.
Totally
part.
right. You're totally right.
That's what I'm saying.
Just cut off the last like 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Hold on!
Oh yeah, you're dead by the way.
100%.
Now,
I'm
we're
sorry,
not
you're
gonna be
dead
spoiling
immediately.
or talking about the game's story tonight, but you do survive and get lowered into the vault. Events transpire, but you then emerge 200 years later as the sole survivor of Vault 111.
11 baby. Another out of the vault moment. Not as good as 3, but still pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't played 3.
It's dated now, but with the leak, you might get a remaster. So then you have to. It's a must.
This
And it'll be on
is
Game
an
Pass, so,
enormous
yeah.
dynamic world
Yeah, 100%.
where you can create any kind of character you want, go where you want, and do whatever you want. Player freedom remains our absolute #1 goal.
That still kind of irks me sometimes because I like give me a little bit of direction. just give me a little bit.
Yeah, hold my hand a tiny amount, please.
Yeah. because when I started playing
This is
this,
running
I
on
got
the
stuck
next
doing the
generation
whole
version of our
like
creation
settlements
engine.
quest
Features
line.
full
Thinking
physical-based
that was the main
rendering,
quest.
as
Exactly.
well as dynamic volumetric light.
And then I just got
For-
sick of it at one point, and then that's when I just started exploring because I'm like, I am tired of doing this.
I totally agree, and it comes in handy when you're on like playthrough 2 or 3, which for these games I always do that because I'm insane and I play through these games like 20 times. But yeah, if it's your first time and you're learning it, like it's not very helpful.
As I live and breathe. Mr. Howard?
Codsworth is the homie. Like I always liked him.
Oh yeah,
I mean, is his name Dog or is it Dog Meat? Can't remember.
dog meat.
So
Is it Dog Meat?
For sure. Yeah.
could still be alive.
When he tells me it's just dog.
Worse than I thought.
Is it Dog Meat?
You're
Yep.
suffering from hunger-induced
I mean, it should be, but
Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
then Piper was the one from Diamond City.
No, that's not possible.
Then we
Yeah.
had the Kate. Was it Kate?
Kate. Yep, you got her.
Crackhead.
Crackhead brawling Kate.
Kate was badass. Kate would fuck people up.
Absolutely.
The detective dude, if I remember right.
Oh yeah,
Nick
How can
Valentine.
we talk about this without bringing up Nick Valentine? He was the fan favorite.
My homeboy, the ghoul. Who's the ghoul? The mayor.
Even on
Hancock.
dialogue,
Hancock.
it's
You're
not-
totally
it's
right.
not a
Yeah.
mode you're locked into. You can play it in first
there-
person.
is there a
you can
super
play it in
mutant in this
third
one?
person. You can walk away whenever
There
you
was
want.
three.
Yes.
There's Fox in
Shoot him in the
3.
face if you want.
I think it's the scientist who helps you out, isn't it?
Oh, what's his name? it's
Maybe.
been a minute, but there's a lot of companions. I think they're all pretty good.
Oh yeah.
It's just Dog in the trailer, I bet.
Yes.
My gut told me like something about this. It's just Dog, and I think I just remember being let down that it wasn't Dog Meat.
Hey, head over there.
And yes, you can give the dog commands by simply pointing at things in the environment and activating them. It's all contextual.
See those with trees moving and shit?
Yeah.
I almost never used this. It was always like,
Nah,
just go
me
attack that
neither.
dude.
Yeah. Let me just go grab the wrench myself, you know?
There's so.
This would have been nice in Starfield because there's been so many
Yeah.
times where I was, like stealthing around. It's like you only have to go back to your companion, tell him, "Hey, stay here." Then you go do
Right.
your thing. Then go back and it literally adds a quest to your mission log saying to retrieve your followers when you let
Yeah.
them stay.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
they need to fix that AI to like let them stealth with you.
Sure. Yeah, or at least for Andresia, right? Like that would make the most sense. 'cause
It is
she's
Oh, no,
like the
it's
most-
everybody. It's just all.
No, I know.
all your followers.
I'm saying if they're going to do it for
Ever made,
anyone at all, it would be
culminating in
Andresia.
the
Like I think
massive
that just makes the
ruins
most
of
sense.
downtown Boston.
But I would totally use Dog Meat as like, go see if there's mines.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh yeah. That's
And
messed
then-
up.
That
I would
is,
do all the
yeah.
time. All the time. And then I would get so mad when someone would attack him, even though I'd send him to his grave all the time. Like, no, my dude, I'm coming, I
Yeah.
got you. But I'll send him to his grave like 10 seconds later.
What a great intro of like the first moments, and then
yeah.
introducing like
Incredible.
bats and stuff, and showing the world like. God damn, dude.
Stand by, this game's pretty damn good.
Yes, it gets way too much hate from the Bethesda nerds and the
Yup.
Fallout fanboys, but this game's
I think-
solid.
Do I think
Honestly-
3 and New Vegas are better? Yes, but I don't think that drop off is as heavy as people.
People
Think-
make it
I
out
mean,
to be. Yeah.
Yes.
For me, this was my first Fallout game, and I enjoyed
Same.
I
the
think it's
hell
great
out
for
of it.
that. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
great for that, honestly.
Yeah. It took me a while to get into it just because of the whole like not holding your hand bullshit, but once I was in, I
Oh, yeah.
was in.
Yep.
That's usually how Bethesda games go. You're either like, you know what, this isn't for me, or you're like, I've been playing for 250 hours.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now to the cool stuff.
That wasn't the cool stuff?
This is a very old
yeah.
Oh
photo
my god, dude.
from the future,
I would frame that picture.
of course, of
would
the
frame that.
invention of the very first Pip-Boy.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Which will become the world's greatest smartwatch due to its power and portability. And of course, we have a new one in Fallout 4. This is where you find it when you leave the vault.
Never liked that, where it just like clicks. I don't know. There's something about that animation that never jived with me.
Solid
Seems too
class.
dainty. It seems too like toy-ish.
I get that.
It's more on the industrial side because if you look at the look on that clasp, it's real like heavy duty.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it was just
Now, you do
the
spend a lot of time in our
noise they
games
used
looking
for
at
the
your
clasp.
stats,
It just
your items,
sounded
and
cheap
more.
and
So
plasticky.
we put a
Yeah.
lot of emphasis.
Well, you
on
gotta remember,
making
it's also
this
like 200
entertaining,
years
but
old.
Also making it come alive.
Maybe it is a
on
little
the
cheap now.
screen. Your various items. We do have a layered
Did you
armor
ever
system
use
now.
either of you like the second
There
screen
are
experience thing
holotapes you
with
can
your
listen
phone?
to.
No,
And
no.
some of these
Tried
are
to.
even
It
game
didn't really
tapes.
work.
I bought this edition. Like I bought the
Oh, did you?
Pip-Boy edition. I haven't used it.
You never even
wa-
like downloaded the app?
Nope.
All right, cool.
I
I
watched
had the
him-
app, and I would like be at in class or something
like
or
all
somewhere
kinds of
else, and you can literally look through your inventory and like tell your
Oh,
character to drop
okay.
shit and stuff.
From,
like
like
as
a
soon
long
as you
distance.
boot up
We
again,
just-
it would
the
show
Pip-Boy
your
is
shit
an
on the ground
important
or
part of
whatever.
Fallout, and we love
Yeah.
it so much.
So what's funny is
We
I watched a
made a real
video. It was on the slow mo guys
So,
channel. It was
Try
like a
guys. Yeah.
slow mo
comes with our
guys where they
collector's
one of them was playing Fallout 4. The other realized that he had the app and he had the edition that he
So
could
it
like
is the
use the
Fallout
Pip-Boy
4
thing to
Pip-Boy
Yeah.
mess with him.
And
So
yeah.
literally
Just
just
fucks with them.
oh yeah, he would
Yeah.
walk into the kitchen and or I think they were sitting like down the couch and he could
yeah.
literally like just dropping
We
items
made
randomly.
an app for it.
It's really
And so
good.
the guy was just like he literally had to leave the room when he was doing it because he was trying not to laugh.
So
Yeah.
it works
It was
with
just
the game.
This is-
Really good.
And yes, it's a second
That's
screen
clever.
experience.
Yeah.
And usually I find second screen experiences
This is
they're generally
insane.
just stupid
yeah.
gimmicks. But like as far as stupid gimmicks goes, it's the best fucking one I have ever seen.
Let's fucking go, dude. Oh my god. Let's fucking go, dude.
Here,
I'm never gonna
I
use
showed
this
it
thing
to
in
you
my
action.
life.
It actually
It
works
looks good on that stand
Literally.
though.
It's the same
Oh, yeah.
code that we use on the Pip-Boy running on the app. Works on any platform on your local Wi-Fi, Xbox One, PS4, PC.
Like I
you
couldn't
can go through
believe
all
this
your
at the
inventory and
time.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Yeah.
it seemed
as fuck.
insane for a secondhand experience like this. Like because mobile tie-ins are typically so
Of course,
shitty,
if
but
you
this is
don't get
just
Pip-Boy
the best
edition,
fucking
it'll
one,
obviously
dude. You
still
know.
work
He's
on
right.
your
It is
smartphone
really
or
cool.
tablet.
Did I ever
Yeah.
use it? I
It's gonna
tried,
be
and then I never
iOS
cared
and
again.
Android, and it'll
But
come out
in
when the game
concept, it's
comes out.
really clever. I think it's really,
Oh
really
yeah, yeah. It's a smart thing for game design to elevate that like that, like off-screen experience.
But we've also
good. I gotta take a shit. I'll be right back for my
for your
game, and then you're
smartphone.
in
Yeah.
on the shitter going through your inventory.
Totally new game.
What?
I know.
New
We're
games?
busy. We do stuff.
We do stuff.
Back in 2007, we were making Fallout 3, and the iPhone came out, and we just fell in love with it. And we played games on
Oh,
it
is this
all
where
the
Shelter
time.
gets announced?
And we kept
It
talking
is.
about making
Yes,
our
sir.
own game.
I got into that game for a
A
while.
separate game.
Me too.
from
Again,
what
recently.
We would usually normally do. We had a lot of ideas. We kept coming back to this one that we felt would be perfect on a touch screen, and that would be no better anywhere else. So
There
we
was another
decided to do
documentary
it,
about
and here it
Shelter
is.
by itself, and they said that
It is
when they were making
called
Shelter, they also
Fallout
started
Shelter.
making blades first.
And
But then
in
like
it,
this Fallout
you
Shelter
get
one's
to
too
make
good,
your
so
own
they
vault.
pivoted and just did full on blades, and then found another
you
company
are
to
the
help them, and then
overseer,
here we are.
Damn.
controlling
Fallout Shelter.
everything.
And then Blades came out, and people were like, eh.
Yeah.
I reviewed. Fun fact.
You
Elder Scrolls
control,
Blades was my
people
first
in the
review
vault.
ever,
It's your
and I
job to
reviewed
keep
it
them
for
productive and happy.
OK
It's
Beast.
inspired by
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
games we love
okay.
going back
I
30
think there's a
years,
written
little
review
computer people.
somewhere
You'll see
for me
inspirations,
on
obviously,
okbeast.com,
from
whatever, if
XCOM,
it even is still up.
SimCity,
But I'm
FTL,
Right.
things that we really, really like.
gonna look for it actually, just see if it's still there. It's probably written extremely
Each
poorly.
dweller has four stats. They all level up.
So that FTL was inspiration for this. It's like I can really see it now that they say that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes total
Their
Yeah,
sense.
no
items,
kidding.
you can give them new outfits, weapons, which they'll need when you.
That was another game I
send
really
them
got
off
into because
the
it was
wasteland.
super easy, like kind of like
So they'll head
click-
off into the wasteland
or,
and they'll
uh,
have adventures
what's it, like,
and get
kind
stuff.
of a
This is
clicker kind of
actually
game, you know what I
inspired
mean?
By an odd little
Yeah.
RPG called
I'm forgetting
Progress
what it's
Quest.
called. Those are
If
called
you've
that
never-
genre's
so
called,
look,
but
look it
like
up. It's really cute. Resources are important. Having the right balance of food,
Damn.
water, and power.
I've never played this, but this still looks like dope as hell. for like a little side project to be working
played
on
it-
and stuff.
I played it
There
like
are
when I got my
lots of different
PC,
rooms you can build,
just to
ones
like
that give you
test out my
resources, some
not
of
like
them
my
train
PC specs,
people,
just how
train
everything was
your
like working
dwellers,
with the
stats.
lighting and everything and my setup and everything. And
Yeah.
I just intended to
bar,
play
of
it for
course,
like a couple
trains
hours.
for
I literally played it for like 30+ hours, and then I eventually had to put it
Classroom
down.
intelligence, there are children
Not like in
born
one
with a-
sitting, but like I
Oh,
put a
yeah.
lot of
Right.
time in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And fun fact, I think the review is down. Like it
You
doesn't
do
exist
get
anymore. But I
rewarded
think that's
with
just because
lunch
okay, Beast
boxes
doesn't exist
full
anymore.
of random loot.
Right. Loot boxes.
Yeah.
Accidents can happen, fires can break out, rat roach attacks.
It doesn't exist anymore.
attacks,
But that was my
raiders
first
can
review
attack.
ever. That was like published, and it wasn't just like on my blog or whatever.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
And of course, the best way to get new dwellers is the old-fashioned way.
They're gonna fuck.
Literally.
That raises their happiness.
That was
when they
quick as
go in
shit.
the
That raises
Andrew,
their
you're giving men a bad name. Andrew, what the fuck, dude?
Caleb, bro.
Of course, it's overseas.
Come
you
on,
get to
man.
name all the babies. And that is Fallout Shelter.
Did you see how many caps they have?
I did not.
I never had that many caps. It was like 100,000 plus.
Jeez.
Now, this
I never had
game
more
is
than, like,
going to be free,
20.
but don't worry, there are
Yeah,
no
same.
paywall timers. You don't need an internet connection.
They eventually have timers for like adventures
You
and
build
stuff and
something,
quests and
it's
shit.
Well,
instantly
yeah, I
built.
think
Right.
they're saying that like they don't like
Again, no
limit
internet
you.
connection,
You can
play
still
it
keep
wherever you
playing.
want.
Yeah.
It's just
Totally
we do let
agree,
you
totally
buy
agree.
more
Way better
lunch
than, like-
boxes
like
if
that
you want more
Farmville
random
kinda
loot, but
approach.
The whole
Yeah,
goal of this
right.
game was to do
But
something
yeah,
we
they do
really
eventually
wanna
have timers
play on
for
our
some
phones,
stuff.
Something that
The stuff
made
that
us
makes
smile
sense.
and had more depth than other things we were seeing. But what's been especially exciting about this game is for us to finally work with some great folks at Apple. And what's
Oh,
even
this is a
more
big deal, too.
exciting is that this game is coming out on the App Store tonight.
Boom! Shadow drop, dude.
Let's go. It's crazy that this is like a quality game too. Like if you
Right.
talk to Bethesda, they're like,
yeah,
oh no, we didn't
no-
expect that. This was
no
supposed to be just like
soft launch.
marketing. Like it's
Right.
a story of
It's,
him,
gonna
of
start
Todd getting
rolling
the money
worldwide
for it
after the
as part
showcase
of
this
the
evening. I
marketing
hope you check
budget
it
for
out.
Fallout
I think
4.
you'll be
That's how they
pleasantly
paid for it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it made them so much money.
Yeah.
Honestly, now that I'm watching this, I think I did like start
But
playing
we're not
after
done
the
talking about
showcase.
Fallout 4 yet.
Right.
Hello, Shelter?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So back
like
to
not like
the big
literally
one.
right, but like whenever it came to
You know, we
Android.
love building
Yeah.
stuff in our games. And if you think about building and crafting, Fallout is the perfect world to do all of that in. So like many things, we have gone completely overboard.
Just works.
And here's how it works in the game. We're allowing your character, while playing, to rebuild.
Just scrapped everything.
And it works.
Just like,
Yeah, same.
Items in the
Build.
world.
It's one of the most
materials, and then
soothing
use those
experiences, I think.
materials
Just
like
cleaning
clean it
up.
all
to
up.
build the
Yeah.
way you
Yeah.
want.
Then I'd make like the most basic ass shack with a bed and a chest.
Yeah.
And I'd sleep and then I'd put all my shit in that chest.
Yeah, literally.
All
That was
of
it.
this just works.
Oh, well.
It
In
just
real
works,
time.
Todd.
Rip
Tell it
apart,
doesn't.
Just-
build the way you
Yeah.
want.
Just works.
I
So you
mean,
need to get 100% happiness for a fucking trophy, and
Like the rest
And it
of the
doesn't-
game, this is about
I did.
making
I
it
paid
your
You
own
had issues with
seven.
it, right?
We
I
want you
did,
to
and I had to
build
pay
and
$7 for the DLC
and
to
make
get dogs,
yourself
and dogs increase
really,
happiness.
a place you want to live in.
So
A
I'd
new
like-
home
Dumbest thing
of
I've ever
yourself.
heard.
Literally, I had
and your
like
best
9
friend, of
people,
course.
9 villagers, and 30 dogs just to get 100% happiness.
This is their village now. We're just here.
Yeah, literally.
Traders. They have some of
Dogs
the
run
best
this
items
bitch.
in the game. For these people, you will need to. You can plant
I
food.
didn't
water,
use Outpost too much in
and even,
Starfield, but like one of the
power
reasons I did
generators.
is that you can put beds down, and when you
All right,
sleep,
so
it gives
the
you better XP.
generators will
Or it gives you a
power
boost to
Oh,
XP.
okay.
switches that
Yeah.
require
Nice.
I would sleep
lights
like
and
every
other
time before
items,
leaving my ship.
And then you run wires that connect them
just to,
all,
like, get that
and
little
again,
boost.
It just
Mm-hmm.
go
works.
out.
I will say they did make the
Again, it just
Outpost.
Your own terminals
They did make
that
outpost building a
hook to
lot
this
better in
power
Starfield.
grid,
Did
and
they?
you can control
It feels like it anyway,
various
from what I
things and
remember
tweak them.
from Fallout 4.
The
It's
power
I
very
wanted
grid.
to get
similar
into
to
that, but
But
I just probably won't. I got other shit to
This
play.
includes things like turrets.
What's the point of all this to the one switch, my guy? Doesn't make any sense.
like you don't
Hmm.
actually have to connect all the things to power. You just once you put power down, it's like,
you
hey,
do wanna
Yeah,
build
but it-
disconnected.
fences,
Yeah.
It was
because your
just
settlements
all to
can
one
and will
power
get
switch,
attacked,
though.
by raiders.
Like an
Right,
on
no,
and
I'm
off.
saying in Starfield. Like you didn't have to like, put all the wiring and all that. Like
Gotcha.
Right.
Just kind of new. Yeah, I gotcha.
it's just like, hey, here for all the items you have, here's what power you need. So you just put all
And then
whatever
you just-
power
So
generators
it's fun to
out.
build
and-
up something yourself in the game that usually
You're forced to
you'll
make
find
one
that
itty
we
bitty
have built
one
for you.
in the main quest, right? Because
There
I
are
feel like I
many
did that.
Nope.
large
Yes.
sites
Just-
in the game
Or
that
in-
we
what-
allow
which
you
game are we
to
talking
build.
about
And
here?
you can even run
Starfield.
ramen caravans
Yeah, no,
Okay.
not in
between
Starfield.
your settlements.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I
Keep in
did.
mind, like
And
most
I,
things we do,
well, I did a
uh,
quest that
this
made
is
me build
an
like
optional
a
part of the game that you
generator
can do
and
if you want
like
to. It's
some
just
kind
one
of
part
deposit
of a
thing,
huge game,
and then
but
I
it's
was
really-
I could leave.
Gotcha.
Really great.
wasn't a
for
main quest,
Fallout.
but I
We
thought it was.
absolutely love this feature.
Hey.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Let's go.
Yeah, but yes, in Fallout 4, you did have to do like bare bones at the very beginning.
Yeah. The
That's why I
Right.
like got stuck
Sanctuary Hills. Well, not even
And
there,
this
but like I just
crafting
doing that
system
quest line when
carries
you
over
because then
to
you go
other
do
things in
the
world. So let's say
the
you wanna
Minutemen
build this
and
scope.
whatever, and then you go
And the game will
back
tell you
and
you need
yeah,
these
they sends you to this
components.
settlement to do
And
things,
those
and that
components are
settlement to do
found
things, and
in all
yeah.
of the items
Did
in the
like
world.
this aspect of building,
So
where
you
it
can
gave
decide
purpose to all the
to build this
bullshit
scope
in the world.
Yeah,
This was
literally.
cool.
You know, say the microscope, a toy car, or these.
But this aspect
you know,
could have
duct
just been
tape,
for
an alarm
crafting for your
clock and
weapons.
such.
You know what I
like
mean?
to fill
Yeah,
out
100%.
thousands of
Yep.
items
I
that
need
you can
glass. I'm gonna
interact
look for
with,
lamps or
and
whatever.
Now,
Right.
all of them
Yeah.
have purpose. And here's what it looks like in the game.
Not in Starfield.
We do
It's
have
just
I still
over
do
junk.
sta-
50 base weapons.
100%. I
and
do
over
still stand by this
700
decision to make the
modifications
junk per se
for those weapons.
literally have a purpose for crafting
Exactly.
and building. I think
Yep.
that is smart.
So
And I
None
love
of
how you can
the
see
basic,
the
you know,
modified
the laser
weapon
pistol from
right there.
Fallout,
as you
Yeah.
go in.
weapons,
This is a
and then
cool
modify
yeah,
that
like in
and
general,
turn it
I still
UI.
stand by this, like the UI and the
Yep.
the lack of HUD, but like this stuff in Fallout 4, top notch. Like I haven't seen anything
yeah.
like it probably to this day.
Since
Cyberpunk was
yeah.
really cool, but yeah, this one really blew me out of the water.
Oh yeah.
And you could literally
Yeah.
change a pistol into a sniper.
Yeah,
dude.
literally. Like
I didn't play it on too
insane
much.
combinations.
I did enough to get the trophies and stuff, but then
Right.
that was pretty much it. Because you find legendaries pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
And I just kind of stuck with those. But in Fallout 3, like I had a full room just catered to baseball memorabilia. It was just a bunch of shit on top of a bed. Like you go in there and I actually wrote into this for kind of funny for something. They had like something about like a bug in a game or jank in a game or whatever, and I wrote in about like how I created my own jank by just having this room that would literally make going into my house load so slow,
So
and then when it would load, it'd be like and you just see baseballs going.
And you can even modify
This shop was really cool too.
Oh
your
yeah.
own power armor.
That's a really
I like-
huge deal.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
that it's no longer like a cosmetic only thing. Like
Yup.
it's like you are building an
have
Iron
a
Man
mech.
suit. It feels
Have
like
a
yeah.
mech, essentially.
Yeah.
A lame mech in terms of mechs, but still cool.
Oh yeah.
We've spent a lot of time on all the weapons and the armor.
This shot I love. I
Because
like
we
Red
have
Rocket
focused
Garage
heavily from
look.
day one
Really cool.
to make the combat in this game feel great. And feel great no matter how you played it. You want to play it full on first person, you can play it in third person, or you can use VATS, which now gives you more control to slow down time and choose your shots. You know,
Love
there's
VATS.
a
I don't
lot
care
of
what
great
anyone says.
things that this game does.
Like,
I'll
VATS
tell
is
you, you
incredible.
could be
One of the best
experiencing,
feelings,
you know,
just
a quiet
popping off a
moment in the game
headshot,
with your dog.
taking
Also
it clean
very-
off.
Song comes on
Like
your
you don't
Pip
have to
Boy,
use it. You could
and
just
the
not
action
use
breaks
it
out
if
and
you
you're
don't.
reminded just
Once I
how
got better
fun
at the
and
game, I
special
used it a
Fallout
lot
game
less.
can be.
But like when you're like cornered, be like, oh, let me just use VATS to literally pause for a second.
Fuck some shit up.
Yeah.
Just let me think through, see what everyone is.
Mhm.
And this is where they're like, we can fuck shit up. Music clean. Yao Guai. What's a Yao Guai? It's like an M1, but maybe I'm misremembering.
I love this for showing off combat gameplay, like
Behemoth?
like
The
you
first time you
play
see a
your own
queen.
way.
Then
Yeah.
you see a Mirelurk Queen. There are ones that are even bigger. Called
I
like,
think so.
what are they called?
In Far Harbor.
I think there's some in world too. There's like massive ones. But I might be remembering Far Harbor though. I could have swore there was one in like the main quest, but just on a random side quest.
I can't remember. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a minute, but I did like literally everything you possibly can, so it's all just a jumbled mess in there.
Fighting a Deathclaw in the mech, dude, like...
Right away,
God
too.
damn.
Like, an hour
Yeah.
into the game, if you follow the main quest, you're fighting a Deathclaw. Oh, shit. Who comes out of the sewers?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
can
there's
go in there and
Kate.
follow his route and everything. I think you can find more Deathclaws if you go in there and search for them. Yeah, that was
What a
Kate.
fucking
She was
game,
kicking ass in the
dude.
arena. I never did this.
Me neither.
Never called down Chopper.
Insane that you can do it, though. To fly
Never
around
did.
the world.
Just said that I did everything you can. Never did that.
Dude, shooting a fucking teddy bear out of a rocket launcher and killing somebody, like, this is the
Not
perfect
only
blend of,
killing
like, yeah, taking his head clean
fucking
off.
head off.
Right. This is, like, the perfect blend of, like, take yourself seriously, but also, like, some Saints Row type shit. And
you
I
fuck around
love
with
this
it.
game for it. Oh, yeah.
Gotta set
God
up a
damn.
name somewhere.
Am I about to sink 100 hours in Fallout 4 right now?
It's really good, dude.
Do it. God damn. Do it.
That could have been Alec. I wonder who that was. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been obviously a really special project for everybody in the team. Many of them are here in the
the
house
date.
tonight. Can you guys wave? Give a big hand.
Was this like 11, 14?
You know, our fans
Ele-
really are
15?
the greatest
11,
in the
15,
world. You know,
15?
many of you are here tonight, and I want to let you know.
I think
Sounds
it's
just
I think
how
it's
important
11,
it is to us,
14.
and we
Or
know we have
14?
a responsibility
I don't know.
to do this
We're gonna
game
find out.
right, and your love and support of Fallout have
Money's on
pushed
15,
us
15,
to
'cause
make
they
this
like
I'ma
podcast
say
work. And
numbers.
we
Yeah.
really appreciate
I'ma say
everybody's
11-10 or
patience. You know, we
11-11,
didn't say anything
15.
for years in this
Ooh,
game while
you're right.
everybody
It's 11,
waited.
11, 15. I had the wrong match
And
of
we
numbers.
don't
I think you're
want
right.
you to wait too much longer.
And it's 111
So,
and they do the thing.
we're
Yep,
happy
I
Yeah.
to
just
say
remembered.
Fallout
You're
Yeah.
4
totally
is
right.
coming
You're
out
totally right.
November 10th.
We're both wrong.
I said 10 or 11. I'll take it. I'll take it.
We'll give him the like 0.75 moral.
I
victory.
mean,
he was closer.
The Price is Right rules. You're both wrong. You're both lose.
We went
True.
over, we went over.
Thanks again, everybody. We really
Shows
hope
what
you love
fans
the
you
game.
guys
Thanks
are.
again.
Not bad.
Yeah, fake fans.
I mean, I got that thing. Oh, it just ends. Jesus.
It just
I-
ends.
yeah.
Got that. I got it right there.
God
I think
damn.
I'm kind of a fan. I got that right there. I stand by like one of the best launched and showcased video games ever. And Alec, like even as someone who's not a huge, but you sunk your time, as someone who's not a huge Fallout fan, like that presentation, you would say was pretty damn good, right?
Oh yeah. And like for basically like stealth launching, or not stealth launching, but you know what I mean, like stealth dropping.
Stealth
a game.
announce.
Yes,
Oh, yes. This also...
it's the blueprint of like announcing a game to like the quick launch essentially. Like
Yeah, I was using it during our not E3 predictions this year. Like this popularized the 5-monther. Like
Yes.
that game where it's somewhat of a known quantity or not at all a known quantity, and it gets revealed in that May
Works for both.
June E3 time period, and then it's out by like November, right? I'm thinking Miles Morales, I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy, Alan Wake this year. Like this really popularized that, and like typically I feel like a lot of games get announced way too early for shareholders' sake, but this was the first one that's like, guys, you don't have to announce a game 3 years out. Like this, you can announce, like, wait till it's ready, cook, show it off, and then say it's out in like 5 months. And goddamn, I think it's so special for that.
I can't stress enough how big of an IP this was even at the time. Like it's probably even bigger now. But like
Right.
the fact that there was no leaks about it at all. And you know, if you go back, I bet you there were hints. I bet you there were things out there people just weren't looking as like they do today maybe. But yeah, for the most part, this like nothing. People had no idea until that one video was uploaded to YouTube about the standby screen, and people were like, "Oh, fuck yes! Like let's go! Fallout's back, baby!" And people were too harsh, in my opinion. But here we are.
Mhm. Yeah, I think there was, like, something where, like, after that video posted, data miners went in, and there's, like, some 4chan, Reddit type investigation going on, and I think they got
Yeah,
the fact that it
commonplace
took
stuff
place.
from nowadays.
Ye
Nowadays,
Yeah, I think, like, they got the fact that it takes place in Boston might have, like, been the
that sounds right.
slightest leak, but
You know what?
that was it. I feel like
I
other
think
than
that even
that, it
came
was like
before that. There were rumors of
yeah.
like the next Fallout game will be in Boston, but like there was no like any estimate of when that game would be, like at all.
Yeah.
Like for all we
Yeah,
knew, that's all they had. Oh, we'll be in Boston. That's what we have concept
right.
art. Like that's it.
And so yeah, like 4 years after 4 years after Skyrim and like the first big game on next gen systems, and at this point like we had 2014, like new consoles came out in 2013. We had 2014, which had a couple bangers, but then this felt like the true next gen
Mhm.
experience at the time. Like this was like, oh, we're finally like like Metal Gear Solid 5 at the time and Arkham Knight
Mhm.
were like, oh, we're finally like gone out of the PS3 era, and like PS4 and Xbox One or something else,
Right.
with just what they can do.
I would argue this is when they had the most eyes on them until Starfield came out. Like this launch was when
Yeah.
there were most people were like, "Oh shit, Bethesda's making moves." I mean, and probably with the whole being bought by Microsoft thing, but for like
Yeah.
a game announcement, I would argue like Skyrim clearly did more for them, but like I think this is
Right.
where they had more eyes. I just feel like this game for whatever reason let down more of those eyes, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I
When they
feel
got
like
hands on.
yeah, this is like the popular one that like put Bethesda onto like, kind of like the next level.
Yeah,
And
I don't
then
even know if
start
popular is the right, but like mainstream in a way. And I know those are kind of
yeah.
equated to the same thing, but like popular almost seems like it got nines from all critics or whatever. But like, yeah, this was the one that was like
Yeah.
really in the mainstream and everyone was talking about it. And
Yeah,
I
and it
felt
put
I
like
felt justified.
It put like it put like Bethesda and like Todd Howard. I feel like became a household name to
Totally.
gamers in a way, right? Like he's the dude on stage just being like, "This is the best fucking one. Like this is just so fucking cool," and just unhinged
Dropping F
shit,
bombs. It
right?
just works. A
Yeah, it just works, right?
little bit
And
of
like
cocaine,
and
just
yeah, people meme, like sweet little lies, Todd Howard, but like
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
think the man has a charisma. Can he
he does.
oversell? Yes, but I think for a lot of what he says, like a lot of it does hit.
He's got a lot of points in that charisma stat. I totally agree, and maybe not a lot of
100%.
points everywhere else, but he's been
Right.
bulking up. I think he's those people when they get near the
Mhm.
retiring age, they kind of start lifting, and it's like, all right, you got nothing else better to do, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
literally.
hate you.
And so like in contrast, like I would love to go back to this for Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 whenever that comes, but
Oh
do
Jesus,
you, do
like
you guys
12
do you
years from
get
now.
12 years from now, do you guys think we'll ever go back to a main stage like that event? Or do you think we're
Um,
still going to stay with these like online things? Like don't get me wrong, it's cool to see like developers get to talk more about their like especially with Starfield, like a lot of developers spoke on their favorite stuff like through Zoom calls or through just the pre-shot video stuff, but do you think we'll ever go back to just Todd Howard, one man, one
Honestly,
stage selling this?
I think now that they're with Xbox, I don't think so.
Really?
that's a good point.
Because
No, that's a good
they're
point. If they do, it will be like at an Xbox thing, and it won't
well,
be quite the
yeah, but
same.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's because Xbox really hasn't gone back to the stage.
Right.
Don't they have a thing,
That
or did they
makes
stop
sense.
doing that? It's like
Um,
it has a name where they like have a conference or whatever, but I don't remember what it's called.
I,
Doesn't matter.
yeah.
But yeah, like in contrast to the Starfield stuff, I don't think we're gonna get anything like that ever again. If we do get something like that, I think it would be something like this, where it's a showcase for one huge specific title. But we didn't get that for
Right.
Starfield. But I feel like there was a lot of mystery around Starfield. Like
Oh
I feel like
yeah.
even when they started showing stuff, they were still like, we can only show certain, like we have to show this game off, but we cannot
Right.
show A, B, and C, like for very good reasons. Not because it's not going to
Mhm.
get people to play the game, but because we just can't show that because it's not ready or it's a little half baked
Right.
unless you understand A, B, and C as well.
Mhm.
So, which is a really complex title for Bethesda
Yeah.
and for Xbox. So maybe Xbox was like, you have to do it this way. Sorry.
Right. It's crazy that like we brought up the link and I was like, holy shit, like 34 minutes. And that flew by and we covered so much. in terms of like a
Yeah.
brand new game, a brand new collector's edition, like new mechanics, new systems, and all that. And it's crazy to me that like Starfield did like 30 minutes in the last Xbox showcase, and then they were also like, oh, and then there's another hour on top of that in the post
Yeah.
showcase, like an
I almost
hour
feel
and a
like
half
this is
of
better.
yeah, this is
Don't
a
give
lot
me
more
anything else,
condensed.
honestly, but that's
Oh,
just me.
yeah,
I
I
guess
agree with that.
the hour after was like a side content. Like you can go look at that if you want to. We're not showing you that to you on the big screen, but like this is
Right.
it's available to you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Josh, do you want to announce to the world what our one more thing is and the name, like the best named up and coming podcast ever?
Absolutely. I'll take it away. We are coming together here. You know, we thought this would be a fun one-off thing to do, but in reality, this is going to be a lot more than just a one-off because we here at Shared Screens are launching the Pit Boys podcast to cover and talk about all things Fallout. And I know we're in a dry well this like at this period, Fallout 5 a mere dream off in the distance, Lord knows. But in the meantime, we will be coming together weekly, bi-weekly. I don't know if we have a schedule set yet, but we'll be coming together to rank and review all the vaults in the Fallout universe.
Which is a task. That is a
Yes.
task. But I have never been more excited about a project. Like this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time,
Yeah.
and I'm just like I'm so passionate about this. I would do this by
Yeah.
myself if I had to. Like it would be the dumbest
Right.
podcast in the world, but I'll do it.
And let me say, you know, there's a lot of Fallout podcasts out there, but I just gotta say this is the best fucking one. You know?
It's gonna be.
It's
It's
gonna
just
be
gonna
the best
work.
fucking one. And
It's gonna work
yeah, as a shared screens project, it's just gonna work. It just works.
What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Also, if we were
Yeah.
to ask you, audience out there, is there a Fallout podcast called the Pit Boys? Probably. There's not. Or if there was, they haven't posted in ages. I
Yes,
think that was the
we did our
stipulation.
research.
Like
Yes.
this,
Yeah, we did.
it blows my mind.
Yeah, we didn't. We were like, oh, you know, out of the vault dwellers, which vault dwellers are some homies of ours.
Shout out.
But absolute shout out. And so we were just, you know, stuck on the vault thing. But we are like, what if we expanded it? What if we went outside the vault? A little more all-encompassing Fallout podcast for the Fallout nerds we have in the community, the Pip Boys. The
It's
Pip Boys.
so good. I don't think there's ever been a better named podcast. And it was like, it wasn't like it took us. I want to say like a solid hour of like talking about it. Just be like, what?
Yeah.
Because we had a meeting, just like troubleshooting the ideas for the show. I mean, we knew right away we're gonna talk about the vaults. Like, duh. Like that's like the most
Right.
intriguing thing about the series are the vaults and the weird science experiments that go on in these vaults, which will be a major part of the podcast. But
Yeah.
it took us like an hour within that conversation to get to the Pit Boys, and I think it was like our last suggestion. And I think
yeah.
Josh said it, and I was like, "Fuck, that's the one.
We gotta do it. Yeah.
It's the best fucking one I've ever seen."
It's the best fucking one. It just works. It just works. We got
As far as
fun-
gimmicks, which this podcast will be, let me tell
Yeah.
you, it's
It
gonna
just
be the
fucking
best
works.
fucking gimmick you've ever
And
seen.
in them, we're gonna have a lot of, you know, sub podcasts within a podcast, a lot of like dumb little bits. And I can't wait to come back and get into it all later this year. Should we hard set a release date? Should we commit to something?
Go for it. It was
Are we
November,
about
right?
to? It was 11/13/23. Debuting.
Alec, trigger
Fallout
the graphic.
Bah.
You guys
The
are
3
fighting for
becomes
this.
2 3. We got time. We got time.
All transparency, there was never a graphic. I just Alec is a
Yeah,
professional.
yeah.
If he wanted a graphic, he would have got one. We
Uh,
didn't prep him on literally anything. We talked about this literally last night, I think.
yes.
I literally
But-
had less than 24 hours notice of recording this.
But he agreed. He was like, "Yo, I got you."
And he's a trooper.
He's literally the man. And we will be like the idea of the podcast is going through the vaults. At least the initial run of the podcast will be going through the vaults, and we're going to rank them in terms of. Did we have two systems in mind? Like one system was like, how fucked up is this shit? Like which is the number one vault where like if you want to define Fallout vaults and how fucked up they can be, which is the one we're going to find that one. And that'll be our number one. But I think there was another list. Yeah, we're still troubleshooting some stuff. but-
Troubleshooting, and then hopefully when the writer strike lifts up, and writers are properly paid and actors are properly paid by these mega corporations, scumfucks. Hopefully by then the Fallout show will be out, strike gone. Maybe we'll do some coverage on that.
Yeah, even if it's bad, I feel like we still need to talk about it.
Absolutely, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. And from Jesus, sorry Yoshi. He doesn't. He thinks it's gonna be bad too. He's locked in my room because no one else is home. That's why he's a little
worried
antsy.
about it.
But even if because the show, I would really want it to be like an anthology thing where they just go through a bunch of vaults. I think that's like the best thing it could possibly be. But from what I've seen, from what limited stuff I've seen, I don't think it's anything like that. I think they're outside. They're not even in a vault for long at all. I did see some wacky shit though. Like I think we've seen
some wacky shit. I say we keep it for a news segment for next time. We'll cover all
I like
this.
that a lot. But we did see some like dead bodies and shit. And some shots, and you're like, oh, I wonder how that got there. But going into more depth, you will have to wait until our episode 1, our pilot, because this is essentially episode 0. So thank you for watching.